Okay, there's the kickoff. Forest Hills drops back to midfield. And Audrey Perrotin passes out to the right wing. Right wing defense to the midfield. Turnover. Bishop Carroll dribbles around, drops it back to their center defender, who is Sarah Geishauser, a sophomore. Okay, bobbled ball results in a Forest Hills turnover. Ball is played to the center, to Audrey Perrotin, then back out to the wing. Caitlin Byer coming down the left wing, fighting with the defender. There's a push, and the turnover will be a free kick to Bishop Guilfoyle. Number 14, Claire Camerata, playing defense. Takes the kick, ball goes to midfield, taken over by Arissa Britt, who runs up to center, has one to beat, makes a nice cut, stumbles. Ball's kicked away, but it's fielded by the defenders who have advanced. Grace Byer passes up to Caitlin Byer, comes back to center defense. Arissa Britt passes it back up, back to Caitlin Byer, comes down, and it's played out by, looks like it was played out by Bishop Guilfoyle, but it was played off of Forest Hills' leg, so the throw-in goes to Bishop Guilfoyle. Ball comes in. Bishop Guilfoyle takes control, puts it up the center. It's taken by Arissa Britt. She's moving to her left, sends it back to Audrey Perrotin, who dribbles a 360 without any pressure and comes back to the center. Now that she's drawn some attention, she puts the ball through. Nice ball through. Doesn't get there. There's an offside. Okay. Left wing, Byer up to forward Spangler. Spangler was about 2 yards offside. Not a defensive trap. She just ran up and the ball came to her before she could get back. There's the free kick. Comes down to midfield, fielded by Samantha Daniel. She lobs it back to Arissa Britt, who dribbles through to Audrey Perrotin. Audrey Perrotin brings it back to Samantha Daniel. Daniel goes out to the right wing, where Haley Hampton is waiting. Haley is being double teamed. She recovers the ball after temporarily losing it. Audrey Perrotin takes it. She comes back. She's trying. Okay, she loses the ball. Defense kicks it out. It looks like Melanie Troy out on the right wing loses the ball to Bishop Guilfoyle. Bishop Guilfoyle turns the corner, centers the ball from the left to the right. It's fielded by center defense, and the ball goes up to midfield, where it's sent back into the box by a strong kick, which carries long, and it'll be a goal kick to Forest Hills. My co-commentator, Coach Gonzalez, is well experienced with both the coaching and playing aspects of this, having been a member of his national team at this age of his life. Any observations so far, Coach?
So far, look like it's a 50-50 ball. We're trying to bring the ball down, and look like Forest Hills is trying to look for the long ball, but so far it's too early to make a decision, how's this game gonna go.
Yeah. Okay, number 8, Mae Van Horn stepped through the pass and sent one long out the end for another Forest Hills goal kick. Looks like the goal kick may be taken by Arissa Britt. Yes, she's going to take the goal kick. Grace Byer is out on the wing in case it's a short one, but it isn't a short one. It's a long one to number 8, Caitlin Byer, who brings it up the left wing to Audrey Perrotin. I'm sorry, to 18, to Eva Spangler. Guilfoyle recovers. Number 4 centers right to Forest Hills, and
nice play to the wing.
The ball is sent out by Ashlyn Mays out to the wing. Recovered, and the ball runs long through into the box, where the keeper decides to kick it out rather than pick it up. It runs out to the south side of the field to the north side of the field. Throw in recovered by Forest Hills, and now there's some scrapping on the touchline. Recovered by Caitlin Byer, and again to Caitlin Byer, who passes it to Samantha Dannell. Sends it over to the right wing where Haley Hampton fields it. She's going up. She moves the ball forward. It's taken over by Bishop Guilfoyle, who crosses to the north side of the field. Now the ball's going again to the far side of the field. It's a speedy wing over there who's made a couple of runs. Defender played the ball off her knees, and it's going to come to a goal kick for Forest Hills. That was a pretty good play by defender Britt. And she sends the goal kick out to Audrey Perriton, over to Haley Hampton. Ball cycled over. Bishop Guilfoyle takes a long shot. Keeper knocks it down, then fields it. Now, what do you think of that technique as a former goalkeeper? That knocking down the shot rather than trying to catch it on the first bounce? Are you for it or against it?
It's all about the goalie, how comfortable she feels. It's all about how they have more control with the ball. I would love to see controlling just catch the ball, but it's all up to the goalies. They practice daily, so they understand what to do.
Yeah. Haley Hampton with the throw in. The ball comes out, and then Haley Hampton with a second throw in, and the ball is staying on the field this time. It's passed back into the center midfield. Center mid puts a ball through. She's onside, and speedy defender for Bishop Guilfoyle. Manages to outrun Caitlin Byer. And Audrey Perriton comes over to stop the clearance. It'll be a throw-in, but it'll be at what would be the football 20 instead of at midfield. And on the throw-in, the ball goes to midfield, and it's fielded by Arissa Britt, who jumps the ball. The ball goes out to Caitlin Byer, who puts it through to the center where Samantha Dannell's waiting. Audrey Perriton puts it through, but she tries to go corner. It runs a little straight. It's recovered by Guilfoyle, kicks it long back to our defense, which Arissa Britt is centering. Nina Martiak gets the ball back to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton battling there. Now it's a battle between the speedy wing that Guilfoyle has seen before. Plays to the center.
Nice.
Yeah.
Long ball.
Is she onside, though? No, it doesn't matter. Bishop Guilfoyle has recovered it. And Ashlyn Mays trying to keep Forest Hills off the shot. Forest Hills cuts. Second defender is waiting. Bishop Guilfoyle tries to center the ball, but there's nobody to pick it up, and the ball is cleared long by Forest Hills. At midfield, there will be a throw-in by Bishop Guilfoyle. Haley Hampton runs back to defend, and
so far what we see this is a big battle in the middle. The midfielders trying to control the ball.
Okay, some nice give and goes here on the left wing. Caitlin Byer has a little trouble hanging on to that, so it'll be a throw into Guilfoyle. She gets it back. She drops it to Perriton. Perriton dribbles, sends it over to Dannell. Dannell puts it out to Hampton and through to Nina Martiak.
She's very fast.
Yes, Nina Martiak is being double teamed at this point. There were two collision, and Nina goes down, but it was a fair challenge. Ball goes out to touch, and it'll be a throw in to Forest Hills at approximately the football 10. Ball's cleared by Guilfoyle, recovered at midfield by Mallory Delansky, and bobbled and then picked up by Arissa Britt, who dribbles into the forwards. Oh, and there is a great ball through, and she was not offside by more than a step. Who was that? Was that Audrey Perriton? Yeah, I think that was Audrey Perriton, who almost had a clear shot at goal with. Oh no, it was
nice long ball.
That was Eva Spangler.
That's a nice long ball.
Yeah. Okay. This could be trouble. All right. Number 4 with a loose ball. That's Van Horn, Mallory Delansky. She takes a shot, but it just kind of rolls off her foot. She doesn't get a good purchase on it. It'll be a goal kick to Forest Hills. Goal kick's going to be taken by Arissa Britt. She puts it up to the football 30. The ball goes out to touch. Saved.
Nice.
It's saved by Caitlin Byer. Guilfoyle is moving the ball through the midfield. Turnover forced by Nina Martiak. Ball through by Perriton to Haley Hampton. Guilfoyle sends it back to the center defender to clear it. Haley Hampton's dogging her. Forces the shot. Right side defender. Who is that? Is that? I can't make out the number. The far side defender.
No, last name is Troy.
Melanie
Troy.
Melanie cleared that. Yeah. Okay. Free kick. Played forward. Just a miscue. Taken by Mae Van Horn. Being pursued by Perriton. Perriton turns her over to Grace Byer. She cuts past Grace Byer. Left-footed shot. Centers it, and it runs long. The attempt was to center it to number 21, who is Reina Colombo, and the ball goes long for a throw-in, which will be taken by Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy throws it to Haley Hampton. Gets kicked away, and it's fielded. A beautiful long dribble. Oh, just cut short by a tackle by the center defender from Bishop Guilfoyle. And there's a pass over the top. Okay, defense is back, and the kick from about the 18 is easily fielded by the keeper. Okay, Audrey Perriton getting a breather after that last run. Goal kick comes out. Eva Spangler fighting for it. Long ball into the box, picked up by the keeper. In midair is Paxton DeLeo from Bishop Guilfoyle, attempts to run under the ball. Keeper punts away. Ball goes to midfield. Bounces over 2 heads, and it's fielded out to touch by Bishop Guilfoyle defender for a Forest Hills throw-in. Forest Hills throw-in is being taken by Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy to Audrey Perriton. Ball is taken by Mae Van Horn. Arissa Britt takes the ensuing long ball. She's marking it as the keeper comes up to foot it away. Mae Van Horn recovers that clearance, and now it's a foot race between her and
nice defense from Forest Hills.
And Samantha Dannell. Very, very nice defense. Samantha Dannell takes the ball long, clears it. Van Horn plays it into Paxton DeLeo. Here comes Caitlin Byer out on the left wing. Caitlin Byer again on the left wing, sends it back to the center. Samantha Dannell crosses it. It comes to Audrey Perriton. Nina Martiak to Audrey Perriton, and then miscommunication. The ball goes to Guilfoyle. Shot. It's lobbed over the goal by, I think, number 8, Mae Van Horn. Thank goodness for that safety netting there. We would have to have about 10 spare balls, I think. for the boys' games anyway. Okay, Arissa Britt to clear the goal kick. She puts it out to midfield, takes a nice bounce, and it's let run through by Nina Marchiak. It goes all the way to the defense of Bishop Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle passes it up midfield to forward. Forward loses it to Grace Beyer. Grace Beyer is now bringing it herself. She checks her progress and turns it over to Caitlin Beyer, but the ball goes out to touch. Throw in by Guilfoyle, being marked by both Grace Beyer and Caitlin Beyer. And again, we have a foot race between Arissa Britt and Paxton DeLeo. This one results in a quarter kick to Bishop Guilfoyle. Bishop Guilfoyle is sending everybody forward except for the keeper. Ball comes low into the box, and it's recovered by Arissa Britt, who sends it long to the wing. Eva Spangler was the intended target. Okay, keeper picks the... Guilfoyle puts the ball back in the box. Keeper fields it off a header from the defense. The punt from the keeper goes to Nina Marchiak, and it runs long. Marchiak is now harassing the defender. Defender from Guilfoyle clears it long. It's in the Guilfoyle midfield at about the 50. Okay. Mae Van Horn to Mallory Delansky. Mallory Delansky does not get the shot off thanks to Arissa Britt.
He's put a little bit of pressure on it.
Yeah, she jammed that foot nicely. Van Horn is gearing up to take throw in. She's a freshman. This is a very freshman-heavy team Bishop Guilfoyle is sending. Of course, the Forest Hills only have Eva Spangler and Caitlin Beyer on the roster as seniors. So these are young teams. We can expect to see lots of exciting action in future years. Ball's taken at midfield by Samantha Daniel. Daniel holds onto the ball and now it squirts away, but it squirts away to the foot of Nina Marchiak, who recovers it, goes back to Daniel to Perriton.
Nice long
Perriton
ball.
Puts it through, but into the hands of the keeper, who comes out to the left side of the box to recover. She's considering the punt. Punt is a bouncer to midfield. Arissa Britt comes up to fight for the ball in midfield. She does. She drops it back to Ashlyn Mays, who takes a dribble and then does a 360 and brings it out to Caitlin Beyer on the wing. Caitlin Beyer to Audrey Perriton. Perriton back to Beyer. Beyer's going to put it through to Spangler. Stay on side. Sorry for the editorial there, but Eva Spangler almost... Oh, she's on side now because their defense is not pushed up.
Nice ball.
And Caitlin Beyer to Eva Spangler. Eva Spangler has a shot at midfield. Oh, good defending. The ball squirts away to Samantha Daniel at midfield. She attempts to take a shot, but the spin causes her to slice it. It goes out to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton up to the offside Melanie Troy. Kick from Guilfoyle is fielded by Van Horn. Van Horn puts the ball through, and it runs through everybody, and the keeper comes out to take the ball off her foot. Van Horn, again, slices the ball to Samantha Daniel. Daniel does some fancy footwork there to stay with the ball in the midfield. Lainey Faribault on the challenge there. Arissa Britt puts the ball through, bounces off the center defender, and Eva Spangler is down on it. Here comes Nina Marchiak. Nina Marchiak to Caitlin Beyer. Ball cleared away by Bishop Guilfoyle. Ball runs through to number 6, Lainey Fairbaugh, who takes it off the dribble but sends it to Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt now follows her first touch, recovers it, sends it to Caitlin Byer, and then it's a 1-2 with Arissa. Arissa Britt is, but the referee says play advantage, and he's absolutely correct.
Nice.
Yes. Arissa Britt taking it down the wing, waiting for some development, and off a BG player, instead of a corner kick, a BG player clears out the touch, so it'll be a throw-in. Good tactical move. Arissa Britt moving forward, puts the ball into the box. Ball comes down to Caitlin Byer's foot, and it's cleared out again by Bishop Guilfoyle defender Corey Forrester's throw. The throw-in will be taken by Audrey Perriton. She throws to the foot. Ball bounces away to the foot of Samantha Daniel, who sends it down almost to the corner flag at the north side, the northeast corner of the field. That would be down there for those of you watching at home. Long clearance by Bishop Guilfoyle, and it's a foot race between the keeper.
That was a close one there.
Yeah. Anna Werfel has been making some great runs out of the net, and that time she cleared the ball to touch, probably saved a goal in the process. Throw in from Bishop Guilfoyle goes directly to Forest Hills, who clears the ball out long, and the ball is now being fought for at the midfield, right outside the box. It's taken again by Van Horn. I'm sorry, Lainey Fairbaugh takes it. There's a shot by Claire Camerata, and a second shot by, did you see that? Was that number 4?
Number 4.
That would have been Mallory Delansky. Recovered, smothered by Werfel, and she throws it out to Byer on the left wing. Caitlin Byer to Audrey Perriton. Perriton dribbling now without pressure. Grace Byer coming up in support. She takes the ball. She sends it up line to Caitlin Byer. Caitlin Byer to Audrey Perriton. Back up to the corner flag. And Guilfoyle kicks it away. Tries and does a good job of keeping it in touch. It's cleared out by Samantha Daniel off the defensive work by Ashlyn Mays. Ball going to the far right wing, where Melanie Troy is fighting for it. Goes back to Ashlyn.
Nice.
Ashlyn Mays puts the ball through to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton, nice centerance and offside. Again, is that who was that? All right, the offside, the free kick is taken. And two long balls put the ball all the way down to the 18. The ball is dropped by Arissa Britt to the keeper, Werfel, and Werfel clears. She clears to Byer. And now there's an attempt to put it down in the box. And it's being shielded by Grace Byer, who lets it go out for a goal kick. I guess that was Nina Marchiak with the offside, but it was, again, they're pressing. They're Audrey Perriton dribbles right through two defenders, dishes it off, the miscommunication because there was nobody to take the ball. The ball's taken by Van Horn, who takes a shot from the 18, left-footed, and it's smothered by Werfel for another save. Werfel's bringing it up to the 18, and she's going to punt. She's punting from the south side of the box, the top of the box. Ball goes long. Marchiak back to Perriton. Back to Perriton off a Bishop Guilfoyle foot. And she puts it through, but a little too direct, and the keeper for Guilfoyle is there to field it. That would be Finley Steinbugle. A good Dutch Hill name. For those of you from Altoona, the area around the Altoona High School and up towards the library is called Dutch Hill because it was the German neighborhood. The Steinbugles are long time Altoona name. Marissa Britt to Caitlin Beyer. Oh, beautiful 1-2-3. Except that the Audrey Perrotin shot was just a little too enthusiastic, and it goes to touch for a Bishop Guilfoyle throw-in.
That was a nice triangle set up in there.
It was a beautiful triangle. Mara Kirkpatrick does the throw-in. It goes right back out for a Forest Hills touch. Audrey Perrotin recovers it. She's going 360. She looks like she wants to go back. Yes, she goes back to Ashlyn Mays, who then reverses direction and sends it through with a nice outstep to Audrey Perrotin. Audrey Perrotin's dribbling, sends it through with her left foot through the box, and Eva Spangler runs down on it, but the keeper for Bishop Guilfoyle is there. She punts it away. It takes a good bounce right into Marissa Britt, who heads it, and Grace Beyer comes up to support. Samantha Dennell kicks it away, and the ball goes back deep into Guilfoyle territory, but it's quick out, and it's a 1-2 for Guilfoyle. That 1-2, the two forwards appear to be setting each other up, Mallory Delansky and Mae Van Horn. They're both fast, and they both have ponytails, which obscure their numbers, so it's going to be hard for me to accurately report. Okay, ball comes out to Mae Van Horn for the throw-in. She throws it in at about 20. It's fielded by Delansky, who centers it. And number 8, I think Mae Van Horn takes the shot. Okay. Mae Van Horn.
Goal for Bishop Guilfoyle, scored by number 8, Mae Van Horn. While we have a stoppage in play, we ask you to please stop by our concession stand over by the field house. Tonight they're featuring tacos and
Anna
mac and cheese.
Werfel was going to her right, and the ball just kind of slid off the outstep, and she couldn't reverse directions quickly enough, so it just squirted past her. It was an unlucky goal. She was in position, but the momentum carried her the wrong way.
It looked like it was a little bit of spin in that ball too.
Yeah, the spin definitely was sending in a direction that you could not expect from the shot itself. Okay, Guilfoyle brings the ball down to the 18. It's taken over easily by Marissa Britt. She clears it out to the south side stands. For Guilfoyle throw in, fielded by number 4, who's Delansky. 14 takes a long shot. That would be Claire Camerata again. She's listed as a defender, but she was playing all the way up into the offense. Picked out of the air by Anna Werfel, who sends it up across the 50, where it's taken by the defense, Sarah Geishauser, who sends it back to Forest Hills, who returns the favor and sends it into their defender bobbled the ball, and it's being taken by Nina Marchiak. Marchiak is in the box. Now it looks like a little more effective clearance, and the ball goes off Melanie Troy's foot for a Guilfoyle throw-in. Avery Smyche with the ball. Centers it back to Dannel, who gets it again. And she plays it to Caitlin Beyer, who is onside. She takes it with the right foot and sends a shot at goal. Runs a little bit wide.
Just missed that.
Just missed. Okay, so at the top now for Forest Hills is Avery Smyche. Long ball through by Delansky with Mae Van Horn running it down, but Werfel has seen that before, so she comes out and clears it with her foot. Ball taken in the midfield by Samantha Dannell. She sends it out to the side to Nina Marchiak. It now goes out to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton brings it to Avery Smythe. Ball goes out, and there's some confusion as to, all right, it ends up being a Bishop Guilfoyle throw-in. Bishop Guilfoyle on the throw-in, being defended by Audrey Perriton. Audrey Perriton falls down. I'm not sure if she was pushed or she was just off balance after defending the throw-in. Haley Hampton comes. Sorry, that's not Haley Hampton. Who is Melanie Troy? Hairstyles have got to change. Ball. Arissa Britt helping out the midfield there. Ball comes back, and there's a long shot. From Ashlyn Mays, which is fielded by the keeper, punted away, punted to touch for Forest Hills throw-in. Taken by Grace Byer to Caitlin Byer. Caitlin Byer over to Audrey Perriton. Perriton back out to the wing where Caitlin Byer puts it down into the corner for Avery Smythe. She
saves it.
Just yes, it becomes a throw-in instead of a goal kick. And the attempt to clear by Bishop Guilfoyle ends up as a Forest Hills throw-in to Ashley Perriton. She's double-teamed. The ball is lost. Camerata is now moving it for Guilfoyle, being harassed by Caitlin Byer. Ball comes midfield to Lainey Fairball. Mae Van Horn. Lainey Fairball.
Played the ball to the wing. That's a perfect ball.
Perriton takes the ball. She attempts the ball through, but it's fielded by the center defender. Melanie Troy working down on the wing against Bishop Guilfoyle. Bishop Guilfoyle's forward is double teamed. Great run there by Samantha Dennell to advance the ball. It goes out. Okay. Ball comes off of Arissa Britt's head back to the keeper. Well played. Keeper punts it away. So more of a placement punt, but it's fielded by Mallory Delansky, who sends it back. Mark Kirkpatrick dribbling up and right into Audrey Perriton, who takes it over, drops it back to Samantha Dannell, and Dannell is now dribbling and puts the ball through. No, on grass. That would be well, instead of letting it run out the back end, the Bishop Guilfoyle defender heard footsteps and kicked it out to touch for a throw-in. Forest Hills with the throw-in to Perriton. Comes back to Samantha Dannell. Dannell takes it over to Arissa Britt, who's charging. Britt takes the shot. It runs just a little left. Haley Hampton on that play with some nice transition work.
I really like how Forest Hills using their center back, the defenders pushing them forward too, so they can have a strong opportunity to shoot the ball from far away.
Yeah, they have two forwards to contend with, but they are definitely not playing that static sort of defensive line you might worry about. Avery Smythe centers the ball to Caitlin Byer, cleared away by Bishop Guilfoyle to the center. Nice header by Van Horn, I think, and it forces keeper to come out, and she takes it with her foot. Caitlin Byer recovers. Caitlin Byer recovers on the touchline. Audrey Perriton comes up. It goes out to touch for a Bishop Guilfoyle throw-in. It's being taken by Mae Van Horn. Audrey Perriton recovers it though. She plays a nice cross. Oh, just an inch higher. It would have gone over the Guilfoyle defender, but all is well because it comes to Caitlin Byer's foot, and it's pushed through. Oh, it's pushed through so close by Audrey Perriton. good defensive work. They jam the passing lanes, and the attempt to clear is being defended by Grace Beyer. And now it looks like a one-on-one foot race between Van Horn and Ashlyn Mays. And there's a great defensive effort by Arissa Britt, who comes around and backs up Ashlyn Mays, clears the ball out, and Guilfoyle will settle for a corner kick.
Then they call it for the goal kick.
They're saying it came off of her foot. Okay, all right. So they say that not only did she save the goal, but that Arissa also managed to knock it off of Van Horn's foot as she took the ball out. Throw in when the ball goes to touch goes to Guilfoyle, and it goes back to touch for another throw in by Guilfoyle, and it's being battled over on the side, and play is getting a little choppy here. This throw in goes to Forest Hills. It's moving 5 yards at a clip, and there's a kind of a half and half chest versus hand ball on the throw in. It's fielded by Samantha Dennell, who's now dribbling unmolested across center field. Now defender comes up, but she puts the ball through for Nina Martiak. Nina Martiak attempts to send it on to the next running wing, but it goes out to touch. Guilfoyle with the throw in. Ball bounces over the Guilfoyle player to Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy drops it back.
Look like Forest Hills has control of the midfielder now.
Yeah. The defender sent it up to Perriton to Britt. Britt running through as practically another midfielder now, and she's eventually triple teamed and loses it. All right, now Van Horn and Delansky are doing that 1-2 again, and the question is, yes, Delansky was offside. She ran through and didn't stop to see where the Forest Hills defense was, so she's offside. And the ball will be a free kick to Forest Hills from approximately the football 20. Ashlyn Mays taking the kick. And it goes to Grace Beyer, back to Ashlyn Mays. Ashlyn Mays now dribbles and sends it away, gets it back off the bounce, and with about a little less than 3 minutes to go, let's see if either side can mount a coordinated attack. Audrey Perriton takes the ball off a Bishop Guilfoyle foot, passes it across to Nina Martiak. Nina Martiak sends it back to Perriton, and Perriton and Delansky fight for it. And it's now out on the wing where Melanie Troy attempts to send it up line. She does. After advancing it about 15 yards, ball goes out to touch. Bishop Guilfoyle throw with almost exactly 2 minutes left. Ball comes in. It's immediately fielded by Samantha Dennell, but it goes out to touch for another Bishop Guilfoyle throw. There's the throw. Throw comes in. It's clean. It's being fielded by Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy working one-on-one with Guilfoyle, who centers the ball right into the hands of Werfel, who read the play and came out of the box, or came out of the six. She sends it up to the midfield. It's taken at the midfield by the Guilfoyle defense. Defense is cycling the ball in the back line. Their attempt to get through to the midfield is stifled by Caitlin Beyer. Now Grace Beyer plays it back to Arissa Britt, who kicks it to touch. Throw in is headed out of bounds by Samantha Dennell. Next throw in, Samantha Dennell comes up on that. And there's a long left-footed kick in the bouncing ball there by Finley Steinbugle, which bounces off the goal post for the football team, and it will be a Forest Hills goal kick with 35 seconds left. Arissa Britt to take the kick, and the ball is in play. It bounces off the ground to Audrey Perrotin. Perrotin sends it out to the wing. Haley Hampton, and out to touch. Guilfoyle throw. Guilfoyle just taking some long shots there with the waning seconds. Bounces off of Arissa Britt, and now it runs wild. With 4 seconds, Guilfoyle has a throw in to Finley Steinbugle, and there's the clock. At the end of the first half, the score is 1-0. Bishop Guilfoyle. In the second half, Caitlin Byer rushes the kickoff, which is passed all the way back to the Bishop Guilfoyle back line. They're forced to kick it away right into Audrey Perrotin's foot. Audrey Perrotin battling in the midfield. And it comes back to Samantha Daniel. Daniel tries to put it through, comes back to Samantha Daniel. Daniel bobbles the ball. It goes to Audrey Perrotin, who puts it back forward. And the ball is cleared out by Bishop Guilfoyle. Bishop Guilfoyle's attempt to clear right into Grace Byer. And Arissa Britt is dribbling out this time, and she dribbles it and then sends it through, but a keeper keeps Eva Spangler from running down on it, and it runs into the hands of the Guilfoyle keeper. Guilfoyle clears it away. Audrey Perrotin takes the ball off her forehead and maybe her face. She's knocked backwards. The ball bobbles to a Forest Hills foot, and Audrey Perrotin's back up and fields the ball herself. So maybe it was all just it was planned that way. Ball comes to Samantha Daniel. Daniel is being relatively unmarked. She gets a shot off, which runs just wide right of the net. Goal kick. It's a low ball, fielded by Haley Hampton, who puts it through into the box.
And we got a corner kick.
To Nina Marciak, who attempts to turn the corner, and the ball kicks out to corner kick, which will be taken by Audrey Perrotin. Perrotin sets up. Forest Hills is playing it relatively conservative. They're sending 6 into the attack. Here comes the ball. Ball comes to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton takes it off her shin. It goes high, but it goes long for a goal kick. Looks like Nina Marciak was actually standing next to the goalkeeper on that attempt to disrupt her fielding. Goal kick comes out. Bishop Guilfoyle attempts to clear. Ball comes off Audrey Perrotin's foot. Then comes to Samantha Daniel, who takes another long shot. This one a little trickier, but it bounces into the hands of the keeper, who clears to midfield. Arissa Britt is waiting and heads it back. Ball is taken by Grace Byer up the left wing and forwarded to Caitlin Byer, who is stripped by corner defender for Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle passes and clears it through the defense, which is pressing high, and the Forest Hills defense kicks it out for a throw-in. Throw-in is taken by Mallory Delansky. Comes down to Arissa Britt, who puts it to the left side, a little long, fielded by the defensive Bishop Guilfoyle, who returned the favor. Guilfoyle kicks it long to Grace Byer, who turns and sends it back up the field. Ashlyn Mays sends it away out to the wing where Audrey Perriton has been waiting. Guilfoyle is forced to clear it to touch, and it'll be a throw-in to Audrey Perriton. She picks her target. She's going to go forward to Caitlin Beyer. Beyer chests it back to Perriton. Goes into Nina Martiak. Martiak double team. The ball goes to Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle clears it to Arissa Britt. Britt dribbles back and forth. They call Arissa Britt for the push. Yeah, I guess. Her momentum, I think.
Yeah, she was moving forward.
Yep. So I think we see the Guilfoyle strategy here. They've got 4 forwards waiting in each gap between our defenders, and they're just hoping that the ball will bounce so that they can foot race us to the goal. Forest Hills takes advantage of that because the numbers in the back are fewer, and Haley Hampton takes the ball off a Guilfoyle leg for a corner kick. So
what I'm seeing a lot of Bishop Guilford, they have 4 strikers and they come into the middle, check in, pass, long ball.
Yep. Yeah.
Trying to get our defense to be setting offsides.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's corner kick results in a shot by Daniel, and then it bounces off to the foot of Arissa Britt, who takes another shot. This one goes high and outside over the goal for a goal kick. Goal kick coming from Guilfoyle sends it to the north side of the field, right into Haley Hampton's shin guards, and Haley Hampton now is battling down the wing. Guilfoyle kicks to touch, but if they say it came off of Haley's shin guards, so throw into Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle throws it in. Haley Hampton is there again, and she kicks it into the box. It's cleared in one touch by a defender from Guilfoyle. Ball is now bobbling around the 18, and it looks like Guilfoyle has managed to bring it down to foot. They're off to the races, and Arissa Britt stops their attempt to long ball through. Arissa Britt is cutting back and forth across the left wing, puts the ball through, and it's fielded by Samantha Daniel, who now is moving to the center with Audrey Perriton. Audrey Perriton checks and now is moving forward again. She's got 2 people she puts it down into the corner for Haley Hampton, just a little long, and it's going to be a goal kick. But that was a great idea. Great idea. Nina Martiak was in the area as well. Goal kick goes directly to touch, and Melanie Troy does the throw in. Martiak, Perriton, Spangler, Perriton. And
nice goal.
It's a shot. Oh, right in the upper right-hand corner of the net. Do you think that would have gone in if the keeper hadn't reached it, or do you think it would have hit the post?
I think it was going to go in.
It was going to go in. Yeah,
That ball was dropping too.
It was dropping and curving. So it was a very lucky save for Bishop Guilfoyle. Bishop Guilfoyle is clearing now unsuccessfully. Perriton is working hard in the center, clears the ball out to Martiak. Martiak plays it to Hampton. Hampton is moving into the box. She has it long, and the defender forces the ball off her shin guards out the back line for a goal kick. So some sustained pressure now by Forest Hills. And once again, the goal kick curves to the north side, to the press box side of the field, where Haley Hampton's waiting to field it. Her attempts to bring it to foot bounce it back out for another goal kick. Goal kick's taken this time by a defender, and the ball comes back to Nate Van Horn. Melanie Troy defending, and they say that the defending by Melanie Troy sent the ball out off of the Bishop Guilfoyle foot. So Melanie Troy will take the throw and she takes it to Audrey Perriton. Audrey Perriton's takes the ball, and unfortunately it hits her in the face. It's cleared back though to Ashlyn Mays, or I'm sorry, Arissa Britt, who sends it long forward. Nina Marchiak fields it in the bottom right-hand corner, but it runs long for a goal kick. Doesn't look like she took any harm from that. Clearance comes to Perriton. I'm sorry, to Daniel. Daniel puts it through, splits the difference between Marchiak and Hampton, forces a clearance by Guilfoyle to touch, throw in being taken by Hampton. Hampton throws it to Perriton. Perriton heads it to Marchiak. It just goes out over the end line. It'll be another Bishop Guilfoyle goal kick. Okay, so we're 10 minutes into the second half, and the ball has pretty much remained in the Bishop Guilfoyle end of the field, but Forest Hills hasn't gotten the equalizer. They have been taking a couple of shots, but they're being frustrated in actually getting the shot in. Ball goes out to touch. Guilfoyle throws it in. The attempt to turn up the field is taken over by Daniel to Marchiak. Marchiak dribbles back, sends it back to Ashlyn Mays, across to Melanie Troy, to Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt is dribbling now under control, cuts back and forth, passes it to Audrey Perriton. Audrey Perriton does a 360 and takes the shot. She doesn't get a tremendously good purchase on it. From that distance, it takes a bounce and spins wide left of the goal. But as before, they're controlling possession, they're pressing. Good things happen when you possess the ball. Okay, the goal kick comes out. It's fielded by Grace Beyer. Grace Beyer is working on the touchline, gets herself a throw-in, takes her throw-in, and Guilfoyle's attempt to clear gives another throw-in. So we're gaining about 10 yards per throw-in. There's another attempted clearance that goes to touch, and here comes another throw-in by Grace Beyer. So we're moving to about the football 30. The throw-in goes to Samantha Daniel. Bobbled, but it's taken over by Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt's attempt to play it to Marchiak is cleared off by Guilfoyle, who sends it long. The ball is dropped to the keeper by Ashlyn Mays. Werfel sends it to Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy brings it up.
Nice long ball.
And Arissa Britt sends the ball safely down the field. It is fielded by the Bishop Guilfoyle keeper. She's taken her 6 and punts away. Samantha Daniel runs up on the ensuing bounce. Ball gets to the midfield, and it's put through by the defense of Guilfoyle. Clearances results in a ball bouncing to 81, who's not listed on the roster as 81 for Bishop Guilfoyle, who could have taken the shot but didn't. Oh, 21, I'm sorry. That's Raina Colombo. Ashlyn Mays, Samantha Daniel. Samantha Daniel dribbling forward, looking at her options, puts it down into the corner for Caitlin Beyer. Just a little long. It'll be a throw in deep in Guilfoyle territory for Guilfoyle. Coming over to defend the throw is Eva Spangler. Ball is taken by Grace Beyer, who kicks it promptly off a Guilfoyle leg, but they called it already out, so the throw in to Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle recovers the throw in, kicks it off of Grace Beyer, and Guilfoyle advances nothing but gets another chance. Throw in is being fought by Grace Beyer, and they're saying another Guilfoyle throw in, this time at the football 40, long throw in, but right to the box where Anna Werfel is waiting to field it. Werfel comes back to center. She passes center. Now she's switching fields, changing it up the other side. So she's now passing to Haley Hampton, who does a nice job of sending the ball to Samantha Dannell, but it goes out to touch. The throw-in is fielded by Ashlyn Mays. Ashlyn Mays clears it out to midfield. Audrey Perriton takes it over at midfield, but they say that she fouled Lainey Faribaugh from behind to take over the ball. The two of them shake hands, although probably sustained more damage in the handshake than the collision. Claire Camerata with a long free kick, but right to the hands of Anna Werfel off the bounce. Anna Werfel punts it from the corner to the center, back to Camerata, and the bounce takes a favorable bounce and is a left-footed shot.
It was really close.
Yeah, it was. It was. If she had switched feet, she might have had. But what am I saying? I won't get a minute of playing time. And that was it was a good run by her. That was again. That was Lainey Faribaugh, their goal scorer. Marissa Britt takes the goal kick out to Beyer, back to Dannell, back up to Beyer. Beyer working by herself down the wing, opposed by the Guilfoyle defense. Guilfoyle defense clears it, but sends it long and back to the keeper, who comes out of the penalty area. So she's going to use her foot to send it out to the wing. Lainey Faribaugh recovers off of Grace Beyer's shin guards, and the ball goes wide to the corner from Mallory Delansky to Lainey Faribaugh. Lainey Faribaugh with the throw-in. Throw-in goes long. It's fielded by Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt clears it up the wing. Okay, they're saying it was already out to a BG throw. BG throw-in goes to Forest Hills, which clears it long. And the ball is bobbled. They're saying that Guilfoyle never touched it. All right, at midfield then, Guilfoyle takes the throw. Guilfoyle throw goes about 10 yards. It's taken over by Audrey Perriton, who pops it down to Nina Marchiak, who runs down on it, forcing Bishop Guilfoyle to throw it, to kick it out to touch. Melanie Troy comes up to take the throw in. Perriton and Beyer waiting to receive. Perriton takes the ball. Perriton attempted to kick the ball. They're saying a dangerous play because the ball just bounced out of her reach and her foot kept going up into Claire Camerata's face. Claire Camerata takes the free kick as a result. Arissa Britt recovers the kick from Camerata and sends it back to Werfel. Werfel out to the side to Melanie Troy. It's picked up by Bishop Guilfoyle, who attempt a center through. It's fielded by the defense. And the ball is cycled nicely. It ends up in Haley Hampton's possession, bobbled and taken over by Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle completes a nice pass through, and they send the ball over the top. Again, Anna Werfel has read it. They attempted to spring Paxton DeLeo down the right wing, but Werfel saw that she was the intended recipient and fielded the ball nicely. She moves back to the near side of the penalty area and punts it to a nice touch by Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton sends it over to Marchiak, back to Hampton. Hampton over to Perriton. Perriton sends it through and through to Martiak. So if Martiak can get to this, she'll have the ball deep up. Nope, she was about a stride short. The ball runs long, and it's a goal kick to Bishop Guilfoyle. So play starting to open up and go 18-18. Still predominantly in Bishop Guilfoyle's end of the field. Guilfoyle's goal kick is fielded by Perrotin, bounces high. Camerata kicks it, but not really in control. Goes to Caitlin Beyer, and then Caitlin Beyer loses it. The clearance, though, is fielded by Arissa Britt, and now Samantha Dennell is fighting for the ball. The second clearance, and that's all right. That could have been dangerous. Our defense, the Forest Hills defense, was drawn way up, putting the Bishop Guilfoyle striker onside, even though she was behind every single defender, forcing the goalkeeper to come out of the box and take the ball for herself. Long attempted shot results in clearance, bobbled. Second shot, again cleared by a coordinated backline effort. Being dribbled out now by Arissa Britt. Turns it over to Perrotin, who sends it back to Britt. Britt sends it up to Beyer. Beyer coming on the wing. Eva Spangler in the center, camped out waiting for the cross. It doesn't come.
It seems caught in the offside.
And they're saying that she was offside to start with. Okay. That was close. The free kick runs long and it's taken by Ashlyn Mays. Ashlyn Mays steps back into it. And now primary defense is being played by Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy working one-on-one against Mae Van Horn. I'm sorry, that's Lainey Faribaugh again, 6 and 8, and they both have those long ponytails. Okay, there was a bit of a turn. I wasn't sure if that was a pass or a shot by 21 Reina Colombo. However she intended it, it spun across the front of the net and out long for a Forest Hills goal kick. Goal kick being taken by Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt sets up. It's a 30-yard effort. It's the referee says play on. Okay, he was waiting for advantage to be given. Audrey Perrotin was taken down by a Bishop Guilfoyle midfielder. Arissa Britt to take the free kick. And it's another 30-yard effort, this time to Nina Martiak. And the ball runs through deep into Bishop Guilfoyle territory. There was a handball there by Haley Hampton that didn't get called. The ball is taken over by Ashlyn Mays. She puts it out to Hampton. Hampton to Perrotin in a short pass. Perrotin does a nice pullback and then sends it through with a nice soft touch, which was to Martiak, and Hampton ends up fielding it. Eva Spangler almost got the ensuing lead pass. The Bishop Guilfoyle keeper came out to field it. Ball comes forward by Melanie Troy, Camerata for Guilfoyle. Now it's being swapped back and forth by Dannell and Perrotin in the midfield. Arissa Britt is the third player in this, back to Ashlyn Mays. Ashlyn Mays puts it back up into the midfield for Audrey Perrotin. Perrotin puts it back to Mays. Mays back to Perrotin. Perrotin takes a shot on goal. A bit of a hook, not a real threat to score, but it is pressure. It gives the offense a chance to reform. Goal kick being taken by Sarah Geishauser for the defense. It's fielded by Samantha Dannell. Comes down. Audrey Perrotin gets a body on it, and Grace Beyer ends up taking control of it. Here comes Haley Hampton off the pass to the side. Hampton attempts to go to Martiak, but it's intercepted by Bishop Guilfoyle. Ball is perhaps going to touch and ends up squirting back onto the field. There's a center pass, which results in something between a pass and a shot, which is fielded nicely by Anna Werfel. And Audrey Perrotin attempts to head the bounce. Haley Hampton takes the ball off of the Guilfoyle defender. Lainey Faribault working on the left wing against Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy forces the pass, Camerata to Ashlyn Mays and out to touch. Camerata with a running throw in to Faribault. Faribault just centers it without really looking, and Anna Werfel sees it and pulls it out of the air. Anna Werfel comes up to the edge of the penalty area and punts it, and there's Claire Camerata again. This time she has to drop it back to Mara Kirkpatrick, and it's fielded by Audrey Perrotin. Perrotin working down the right side, sees Eva Spangler, holds onto it herself, loses it, but it's fielded by Melanie Troy. Melanie Troy sends it up to Perrotin, who puts it across to Daniel. Daniel takes the shot. It's a nice skipping ball with some pace, but right into the arms of the Guilfoyle keeper. Guilfoyle keeper takes a gentle touch, more of a pass to her midfield, which is stepped on by Daniel, who puts another ball into the goal box, but this one goes wide right. So they're taking shots from distance, which is better than no shots at all, but they're not running that combination that they were earlier.
Yeah, it looks like control the middle a lot now.
Yeah, Audrey Perrotin takes the goal kick and puts it across the middle. It's fielded by the keeper. That might have been a pass to Spangler, who's the center striker, or it might have been an attempt at a shot. Either way, their keeper read it, and Marissa Britt takes the clearance away from Guilfoyle, passes over to Audrey Perrotin. Perrotin back to Britt. Britt now is going through. Their touch. Their oh,
that was
beautiful. Okay, so let's see. Ball comes out to Haley Hampton on the wing. She puts it back through the center where Arissa Britt and Eva Spangler are both running. The ball just goes a little wide. That was the best shot Forest Hills has had tonight. Goal kick comes out to touch off of Haley Hampton. The throw in by Guilfoyle. Taken over by Perrotin. Perrotin puts it down through the defense for Nina Martiak and forces a wild clearance, not a reckless clearance. It was a smart clearance, but it was definitely an under pressure clearance. So it'll be a throw in to Forest Hills, being taken by Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton to Eva Spangler. Spangler drops it back to Melanie Troy. Ashlyn Mays. Ashlyn Mays spins, and Arissa Britt has to recover. She attempts to pass it out to Melanie Troy, but they were turned around, and it ends up being a throw-in at midfield to Bishop Guilfoyle. Angela Melgar takes a throw-in. It's fielded by Samantha Dannell. Samantha Dannell now takes her own ball and dribbles into midfield, where Camerata gets in her way. A long clearance by Guilfoyle goes to Anna Werfel, who comes out of the box to clear it with her feet. It's headed at midfield by Dannell out to Beyer. Beyer drops to Perrotin. Perrotin puts it through to Nina Martiak, but she's being screened by a Guilfoyle defender. The ball goes in touch. Guilfoyle throw in, taken by Audrey Perrotin. I think that's a macro we could use over and over again. Ball is taken by Grace Beyer, and she attempts to turn. The crowd wants a pushing call off of the push by the Guilfoyle forward. Ball is cleared out to touch by Ashlyn Mays. No call. It'll be a throw-in to Bishop Guilfoyle. Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt takes the throw-in, clears it long to Eva Spangler. Eva Spangler's being shielded by a Guilfoyle defender, and the ball goes to Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle attempts to get something going. They put the ball through, but again, they put the ball right through to Anna Werfel. Werfel comes to the bottom of the box, punts it to midfield. Audrey Perrotin waiting to bring it down, as is Megan Norris, who is waiting for Guilfoyle. Megan Norris gets a left foot on it. Ball goes to Melanie Troy, who puts it up in a nice controlled pass, just a little too close to the touchline to have anybody acquire it. Throw in is thrown in off of Haley Hampton's shoulder for another Guilfoyle throw-in. Audrey Perrotin takes the next throw-in. However, the ball goes out to touch, and it's a throw-in to Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle, Lainey Faribault recovers it and then attempts to center it, but Ashlyn Mays is right there. Mays to Samantha Dannell. Dannell's attempt to spring it to Byer doesn't work. Goes to Arissa Britt, who kicks it to Camerata. Camerata sends it back. Camerata to Britt to Camerata. And now it looks like the midfield's getting involved. It looks like, well, there's another push. Okay. All right, and for a moment there, Guilfoyle had an overload of bodies, and they're saying that it ran long off the foot, or it was touched by the foot of Grace Byer, so Guilfoyle will move down for the corner kick. Corner kick looking like it's being taken by Finley Steinbugle, and there it is, right in the middle of the goal. And
nice save.
Yeah, nice save.
Nice.
And the ball's bouncing in. They did the right thing. They just attempted to clear it out. Camerata, from distance, attempts to, and there's a clearance by Arissa Britt. Ball is taken by Eva Spangler out to Nina Martiak. Martiak working at midfield. She drops it to Melanie Troy. It bobbles into touch. The throw in by Bishop Guilfoyle. And the Guilfoyle throw in is cleared over the end line by Melanie Troy. It'll be a Guilfoyle corner kick from the other side now. Corner kick being taken from this side by Raina Colombo. Okay. And the kick goes directly into the net on the outside of the field for a Forest Hills goal kick. Substitution coming in for Forest Hills. It'll be Avery Smytch again. Avery Smytch for Eva Spangler.
It's not even cold. It's not.
Perrotin. Perrotin Hampton across the field to Byer. Grace Byer now defending and stops the attack, gives up the throw-in. From the far side of the field, the throw-in to nobody in particular just runs over the end line for a goal kick. We have 7 minutes left. Fatigue beginning to be a factor, do you think, Coach Gonzalez?
Look like it so far, yes. Look, especially on Bishop Guilford, they haven't been running it the way when you started the game.
Yeah.
But Forest Hills had to take advantage of that.
Yep. Okay, goal kick after a couple of exchanges goes from Arissa Britt back to, from Samantha Dannell back to Arissa Britt, who sends it long but out to touch in the Bishop Guilfoyle half of the field. Guilfoyle with the throw-in by Steinbugle against Byer. There's some debate as to whose throw-in it is. It ends up being a Guilfoyle throw. Guilfoyle throw comes on the field. It's dropped back to the defenders and played out to the side. There's an attempt to play through. It's being defended by Audrey Perrotin. And the attempt to switch fields was handled nicely by Haley Hampton. Long ball cleared by Samantha Daniel. I'm sorry, Arissa Britt. And out to touch off of Bishop Guilfoyle, the throw in by Melanie Troy. Audrey Perriton marking Lainey Faribault. Ball goes across the field. Caitlin Byer attempting to run it down. Guilfoyle attempts to play through. It's taken by Arissa Britt. She's now dribbling into the midfield. She's across midfield. And now she's moving. She's double teamed and stripped of the ball by a defender who sends it back to the midfield for an attempted run. Now, number 4 from Guilfoyle attempts a centering pass to number 8, and there's number 6, Lainey Faribault, who takes a shot from a good bit outside the box, and it's a good bit wide right of the net. Nice left foot, not tremendously accurate, and a Werfel maybe going to give the goal kick duties to Ashlyn Mays. Yes, Mays is going to take the goal kick. She's got Grace Byer on the short, but she likes to go long. And that's a nice exchange there from the wing from Byer back to Britt, back to Byer to Perriton. Okay, there's a bobble. It goes to Guilfoyle. And Guilfoyle is working one-on-one against Arissa Britt. Arissa Britt turns back the attack, and Bishop Guilfoyle attempts to regroup. There's a shot by Faribault. Anna Werfel makes it interesting, but there was really no danger. She turns, it looks like she and the forward are joking to each other, and her punt comes to the midfield. It's fielded by Guilfoyle, but they don't make it any advantage of it. Arissa Britt clears it out to center off of a Guilfoyle foot, and therefore the throw-in comes to Forest Hills. Forest Hills throw-in, drop back to Arissa. It's to Audrey Perriton. Arissa Britt now has it. She dribbles again. She comes to Danelle. Danelle puts it into space where she can dribble to herself. It goes through her to Avery Smythe, but a Bishop Guilfoyle defender manages to retrieve it. Okay, Grace Byer dribbling around the corner, turns it to Arissa Britt, who again dribbles forward. And ball just runs a little long and it's taken. Okay, Ashlyn Mays sends the ball into the box for Nina Martiak, but the keeper is there ahead of her. Keeper punts it away. It's a short placement punt, but it's headed into Forest Hills territory. Ashlyn Mays has to clear it out to the side to avoid a mismatch in numbers. Guilfoyle is attempting to exploit that, even though the Forest Hills defense is now back. Okay, now she reconsiders. She throws it in, and the throw-in is taken away. There's some dispute, but Audrey Perriton, who took the ball off of her foot, was called for the foul. Free kick from the football 20 is put directly on net, and it runs over the net. That was a shot taken by Lainey Faribault. All right, we're down under 2 minutes. It's crunch time. The clock is running, and Arissa Britt runs it up to Nina Martiak. Martiak gets through defender number 1, sends it through to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton is not able to send it off a Guilfoyle foot. It'll be a Guilfoyle throw. Guilfoyle's throw, they're saying that Perriton clipped Camerata on the throw-in, so they're going to give a free kick, which is no big deal, but it's a tremendous time user. Here comes Camerata with the kick. Camerata puts the ball down. It runs long. It's going to run all the way and it runs out the side. So Forest Hills, with 1 minute to go, is in the position of having to throw it in from deep in their own territory. And the clock continues to run. And Ashlyn Mays sends the ball up to Martiak. Martiak is screened by Megan Norris, who takes the throw in for Bishop Guilfoyle. Okay, the ball comes to Haley Hampton. Haley Hampton, ball goes over to Samantha Daniel. Daniel puts it across to Byer, who's onside, and Byer comes down with it, puts it to herself in the corner, and Guilfoyle just kicks it into the stands to stop it. Okay, here comes Avery Smytch with a throw-in with 17 seconds left. Ball goes to Arissa Britt, and she's dribbling across, and she takes the shot, and the ball goes, actually that was a pass to Nina Martiak. Nina Martiak split the difference between the pass and the shot. She attempted to retrieve it. It was close, and time runs out. That was a very exciting game. Final score 1-0 Bishop Guilfoyle.